Welcome to committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of committee. My name is Kristen Bush. I was born and raised in Sterling, which is a one-stoplight town in Rice County. I lived across the street from the local community theater where I acted in plays from the age of 11. Eventually, my love of acting took me from KU's drama department to graduate acting school in London, and finally to working professionally in New York City. I've appeared on such shows as, Law and Order SVU, where I had to shave my head, The Good Wife, Suits, NCIS, many more, HBO's Paterno, to name a few. I've acted with the likes of Philip Seymour Hoffman, Lucy Liu, and a couple of Kevins, Klein, and Bacon. I am not famous. I am what you call a working actor. Last March, I auditioned for a show you may have heard of called The Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone. Taylor Sheridan, the mastermind behind the hit TV show Yellowstone, was the showrunner. In researching the show, I discovered that the original name was the Kansas City King and was meant to be shot in the KC area. Why, you might ask, was the show's location changed? Quite simply, it was because Oklahoma offered film incentives that we don't. Just as Kansas didn't get the show, I didn't get the part. But however, as happens in my career, I moved on to the next role, which was a guest appearance on NBC's New Amsterdam. Unfortunately, Kansas hasn't moved on to the next role because it hasn't positioned itself to attract new productions. This means I have to travel to make my living. This is a shame, since the rise of self-tape auditions and the post-COVID decentralization of the film industry means I can live where I want, which for me is rural Saline County, Kansas. Instead of hoping productions will come to Kansas, I've decided to create my own. So this June, I will self-fund, executive produce, and star in The Game Camera, a short film set in Kansas. Were we to shoot this in Oklahoma, we could save an estimated $12 grand against our $60,000 budget, thanks to that state's film incentives. The thing is, I don't want to shoot in Oklahoma and pretend it's Kansas. I want to shoot in my home state, so I will. This is a passion project, and given the economics of shooting here, this is not a sustainable business model. Sadly, a simple love of the Kansas landscape doesn't inspire most filmmakers to employ my loss leader strategy for investing in our state, but initiatives like House Bill 2182 can help lure future film productions here. Fostering and keeping local talent will lead to more Kansas-based productions in the future and staunching the creative brain drain from our state. When I'm asked where I'm from, people invariably make a Dorothy joke. That happened just last week. And while I wholeheartedly agree that there's no place like home, I'm frustrated that the only cinematic reference that people have for our state is an 84-year-old movie that was shot on a soundstage in Southern California. Let's change this. With your help, we can reinvent the stories people tell about Kansas by shooting in Kansas in a way that benefits actual Kansans. It is my hope that a generation from now, the next small town girl who dreams of becoming an actor won't have to leave Kansas to put her dreams into motion. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a great story.